twitching.
User was moved to your channel.
Oh, everyone's going to hear my key types, I think. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Twitching, I
User
think.
was moved to your
Oops.
I'm watching my own Twitch. This is... Oh, yeah, we need to update the box art on the stream. Classic Sean shenanigans. Otherwise known as Seananigans.
Yes.
Do you want to say hi to everyone, Aaron?
Hi to everyone, Aaron.
It's Aaron.
Hello.
Designer on Death Drive, joined Stationeers to do sounds and help tidy up my mess.
Yes.
So, I hope this is actually streaming. It's streaming.
No. Yes. Maybe.
Okay, I'm
Says-
going to tweet
yep.
out about it. Oh, I hear that mechanical keyboard. It's grating. With fabricators, centrifuge, and continuing the build of our last week, and showing off Aaron. What? Okay, and I'll just post in the Space Station 13. Okay. Oh, and Steph posted it in the Discord. Wow, we're so organized today. Okay, I have to look at chat. Oh, I got whispered. When are you implementing dynamic loading? Yeah, what dynamic loading is? What's that, J-Rod?
Why doesn't J-Rod have a company?
Sean?
I'll get there eventually.
User joined your channel.
I'm gonna make you kind of like the cheap alcohol, and Timber Fox is like the class. No?
Well,
So we're doing a lot more professional with the streams. I'm proud of myself. Y'all get to hear me drink. Gross. You ready, Aaron?
Yeah, man. Let's not do that. I'm completely-
We can take that out in post. We can edit that out in post, right? This isn't live.
Is that Aaron taking over my desk?
It's Aaron.
yes.
Oh wow.
New Stationeers logo as well is in the thing. New face
Exactly.
cam, new everything. Oh. RocketWerkz retweeted me. I thought I need to do an update.
I retweeted you.
Oh, you're such a friend. I'm just gonna close Unity and start up the game. Why does it say update? Oh, because it thinks I was playing it. You're so silly, Steam. You're so silly. So I posted the version in Discord. Yeah, Discord.
Oh.
Y'all got it? So yeah, Sean's done a lot of work on UI, and basically we're going to get the new menu in, like it's 35th edition. Was it 35 or 34?
33.
33.
Go ahead of yourself.
33 editions. So yeah, the for those who are joining, the build is 3032. And I'm going to load up the stream from last time. I think I've got think I've got reflections turned on. I implemented a temporary fix for our helmet looking weird bug. So, and I think it's turned on. Is it turned on? No, it's not. So you'll notice that the frames might dip a bit when I turn it on. So I'm going to turn it on so it looks pretty, and just see how bad the frames are. So I fixed this up. People will notice that it wasn't working on very well before. So see, it makes it look better. Y'all want to join?
Yeah.
Yeah, frames are alright. But yeah, the reflections need a little bit of work, but they do make it look pretty. A little bit of sparkle to things. I might turn them off though, because I need to do some work with it. So we've been continuing this base for quite a while. Yeah, I'm actually going to turn them off because they're annoying me. Test some stuff. Something's going weird there. It's alright. Yeah. So hopefully everyone will be able to join. Someone joined. Region joined. Aaron, did you join successfully?
Yeah, I'm on.
Cool. So that's the first sound Aaron's added. We've just been experimenting with how to get sounds working and better, and they are starting. Now, one thing that you'll notice, someone's running around on the roof, the atmosphere is working way better now. So Joel had gone through and tidied up my terrible thermodynamics, all the evidence of me being terrible at physics. And so what you can see now is the air in this room is actually mainly moving towards this end, and that is because well, actually, because I think it's releasing there. Yeah, it's releasing. So we set these up here, so it's trying to maintain 101 kilopascals. And actually, this is turned off, which is interesting. So why would it be releasing there? Do we still have something turned on that's cold? I don't know. We'll have a look and see. But yeah, last in the save, this was turned on, so it's waiting for the room to heat up a bit before it will turn on the cooling. So we put that in from last time. And people walking around on the roofs. Hello. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to. I actually think we should set up some kind of furnace or something like that, so we can actually burn a lot of this stuff and tidy up inside here. And the cooling system should take care of any problems from that. So I'm going to do
User joined
item
your
kit
channel.
furnace. And build a furnace here. So let's plop it. I mean, we should really extend this, right? I kind of feel like we should, but nope. So cooling's turned on again. So you see cooling's turned on there.
Yeah, it'd be really cool if a fire didn't destroy all of atmospherics again.
Okay, so we can do that. I'm just going to check. Where are we? I reckon we can pull it through this door here beside atmospherics. So I'm gonna paint it so I can see it from the other side. I'm gonna paint it green. Those sounds are still stereo, right?
No,
Weird, because it didn't sound.
there's no attenuation or anything on them right now.
It didn't sound 3D positioned though.
Oh,
I'll look at it.
yeah, they're definitely mono.
You're mono.
Don't yell at me. Man, I'm getting like 30 frames on this Titan. Something like that.
Weird. Shouldn't be.
Yeah.
How's everyone else's frames doing?
Like 30?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Check reflections aren't turned on in your
Yeah,
settings.
turn them all off and everything. I'll go through that.
How's your frames, Mason?
Not in yet.
That's what she said. So, this is where we're going to extend from here, and I think someone very nicely put some steel sheets here.
50 FPS.
Cool. And look at that, someone... Oh, I got a null reference exception. What's this? Human on-stop render. Weird. Oh, I shouldn't have cleared that, actually. That was stupid. So, we're going to extend from this green door here and build a smelting room. And then we can show off all the new stuff like... what are the new stuff that we put in? Oh, Fabricator is new. We've got... Well, the Fabricator actually works, which is a nice change from last week. And the sorter, there's been some improvements to that. And then we've got a centrifuge. So the purpose of the centrifuge is to basically split out reagents. So often when you put reagents in stuff, they kind of basically mix together. And what we wanted to do was have it so that you were able to basically split them out, which is what we're looking at doing. And this is going to be a nice little room. So if anyone has any questions, please do feel free to post in chat. We'll get to them. Let's see if I can jump up here. So the new UI I think will probably be in next week. And we're also working on our first, I guess, antagonist, which is going to be some basically insects. And they will fly around both in space and on the planet. They're not going to have wings, they're basically going to use gas and stuff like that. So they'll live in a nest, and you could basically raid their nest to get gas and stuff like that. Item steel sheets. Item steel sheets. Dankeschön. I'm not going to get in your way here. No, I think I'm going to be right, Mason. You built another thing over here. Do you know what that's for?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so this was for gas filtering, and then gas mixing was going to go probably here.
So if I just build as if you carried on?
Yes. Stay on this side of the thing, and you'll be good.
Item steel frames. And let's keep building along here. So we've been focusing a lot on stability. Other people have been having... Are you still having frame rate problems, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try it again now.
I'm hosting and I'm getting really good frames. And I'm streaming.
Too powerful.
Yes.
I even only get 90 frames in the menu. I guess I'll take so I can. Okay.
Build up.
Which I guess it's just the frame rate. Yeah. Make one roll initially and we'll see how that goes.
And I'm going to put these up here. Yeah, sure. Someone asked if they wanted to ask some lofty design questions. Feel free, because this will be a little bit boring while I plop out the frames. How about welders and grinders? So yeah, so removing stuff, you have to use lots of tools and stuff like that. So that's something that's already in the game, but we want to start expanding out from where it is now. So we want to expand that a lot more. basically everything's going to end up with. Dino, we want to go. We want to probably place windows up there, just like it is in the other one, just so that. Oh, he might not be able to hear me. Maybe if I just show him, might be easier. Item wall. Item kit wall. Item kit wall. We can hear you, Aaron.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Oh, mistakes have been made.
You heard me.
Mistakes have been made.
Oh, there's a name I never wanted to see again.
Oh, Donna hears me. Sweet. Hi, Donna. So yeah, Captain Jack says it feels like a good mix between Space Engineers and Astroneers. So Astroneer is awesome, and Space Engineers is awesome too. We wanted a game that was much more. We wanted a game that's not a game. No, we wanted a game that's much more systems oriented than exists. So you know, we really have to balance your systems, and I think. Oh, that's bad. I think systems give you a much more. Give you a real cool sort of feel towards getting survival mechanics in that feel awesome. We're gonna end up boxed in. Oh my god. Wait a minute. It's not supposed to be there. Is the additional frames up the initial frame is placed using steel sheets rather than steel frames? Yes, that's right. Well, we wanted... It's kind of sort of a very rough replication of how it is in Space Station 13, which is one thing we wanted to look at doing. Item steel sheets. Item steel sheets. Yeah, the first step, honestly, could be a double up of frames. That's a good idea. I like that. And then the second step, so the first step should be 2 lots of frames, and then the second step should be steel sheets or some sort of composite or something like that. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to do that afterwards. The idea of having that first stage was so that you can walk through it, which just makes building just so much easier. Will it be turrets? Yeah, so we are looking at a lot of the weapons and stuff like that. And just starting to look at how that goes. Oh, someone's up there, Mr. X. So we've got quite a few international people in the game now. So you can see we've got six people in the game at the moment. Item glass sheets. Item glass sheets. Put some glass on, and we can start pressurizing this bad boy. And we get basically a special room that, and we can even put a logic computer and have it close the room if it gets too hot, that kind of stuff. I think we are all... I think we are all good. Now we just need to put windows in here. I had a wall kit. I'm sure I had a wall kit. Item kit wall. Bye. So in terms of pistons, we've tried to optimize the game a lot. So we've made a lot of, I guess, what I'd call cruel decisions when it comes to how the game's set up. So those cruel decisions, for example, relate to, actually, if I do dynamic gas canister air, I want to redo how these work as well. Someone had pointed out that these really should work a bit more differently. Oh, I think we got a hole there. Maybe not. I think we do have a hole. Around for weird. Unless there was a device registration problem. We have had that as an issue. I'm just going to try farting. Is that empty? Nah, it's empty. I think we might have encountered a bug here. I think because all of us were working on it, somewhere we doubled up a window. So I think I will.
When I first loaded in, I noticed this really weird Z fighting issue on all the windows.
Yeah,
It's like a
you
weird
will.
flickering.
It's just because the model changed. Is something wrong, Aaron?
Yeah, this is not running great. Like the Titan's still in here. Performance looks like good on the PC. And adjusting any visual options aren't changing the frame rate one bit, so I guess there's just something fucked up going on.
Yeah, just watch the language.
Okay.
I don't have it set to mature.
I'm sorry. I'm just very, very perturbed.
Perturbed.
You like a buzzer or something. I'm just.
Just get him a little electrical, like, charge thing. Oh my god, there's so much stuff on the floor. Actually, what I might do, guys, I'm just going to save it, and I'm going to reload it.
Hello, Taylor.
Because that fixes up if there's, because a lot of us were building, there is sometimes duplicate registrations. So that will fix it.
Tell you what though, 500 frames per second on the menu.
Oh yeah. So I'm just going to read through some of the questions. Well, different doors have different sounds. Aaron?
Yep.
There you have it. Yes.
User joined your channel.
Do we envisage multiplayer communities to end up? How do we? Will it be a project with friends? I think it'll be totally viable to have a persistent dedicated server. Yeah, absolutely viable. So the server should be up. Yeah, so I think the whole way we've designed the game is to allow persistent gameplay. That's been a big part of it. And you know, we've been playing the same game now for a few weeks, which you know is kind of the whole part of it. And the away missions are breaking some ground for moving between worlds. That's sunspots. With some modding expected, some cool stuff if the game gets big enough. Yeah, so you know, we're not going to look at modding too much early on. So we've got Steam support for world saves, which I think is quite important. And what we're going to look at doing is we're going to look at beyond Steam support for world saves, we'll look at proper modding, basically like City Skylines and KSP at some point in future. Doing it too early in modding makes our job difficult because we're not sure whether the bugs are, what the cause of the bugs is and stuff like that. How big will planet surfaces be? They are already procedurally generated, and we do have the ability to load up basically terrains and stuff like that from height maps. I think we do that too. And we basically use splats to put in things like canyons and stuff like that. Yeah. And yeah, there's going to be lots of different types of planets. The away mission system is being worked on quite actively by Shin. I'm not sure whether it will be 100% ready in time for the early access launch. What we want to do is make sure that there is a fun game loop when we do the early access launch. Just to double check there's not a bug, I'm going to fart. Looks like it's stabilized. Yep. Dynamic gas canister air. So there is a duplicate bug. Sometimes two squares try and get registered, and I need to fix that. That's a must fix before early access because it's stability issue. Did Mr. X? Did you repaired me? Oh, we need to have a hug emote. So this should be plopping out all its gas, nice and fast. What did I set it to? 100 kPa. Will there be lifts in the game? Yeah, so actually lifts is something I'd been sort of just working on occasionally. I should definitely add that in. How many players will be supported? Good question. I think it's going to largely depend on your setup. So we sort of see that functioning a lot like Space Engineers, where you will have the ability to decide how many players you want to support. And yeah, that will be something that effectively you decide. Note to self, increase the amount of gas in dynamic gas canisters, I think they should be really heavily pressurized.
I disagree. I'm pretty happy with how much they hold.
Okay.
Well, like I'd prefer the increase the static gas canisters so that you can store lots of gas via that
Gotcha.
way. Thus,
It's Connor. Hi, Connor.
Hi, Dean.
Close your stuff on the other window.
Well, you said.
I find with a lot of Unity games when you have stuff on the other window.
Oh, maybe I'll just disable this monitor even.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we'll look at it later.
So covered lifts. You also get the RimWorld problem, where with modding, where every update breaks all the mods and the community get very frustrated. Yes. So that is actually quite a big problem. So that's another good point. But I hope, I think for me the ultimate will be when some of the really cool communities from Space Station 13 actually come in and start making mods. So that's kind of when we know we've made it, I guess. Just watch out, guys, because when you stand there and talk, it comes up on the microphone.
User disconnected from your
Go
channel.
somewhere else.
Nobody needs to hear your flatulence, guys.
Can gas canisters explode? Not at the moment, so we haven't got that in. I'm just going to fart because it's taking too long. Boop, 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 boop. So basically I'm using debug farting, just dropping large quantities of gas. That should be good enough. And we haven't got breaking walls and breaking frames in yet, but that will be coming in soon. Mason keeps bothering us for it. Don't you, Mason?
Yeah, I figured you'd do the canisters bursting at the same time you do the walls bursting, because, well, I mean, a canister bursting is one of the best ways to make the walls burst.
We did it, guys! Woo! Yay! I'm trying to clean stuff up. So, I reckon we should... Oh, see? And because I deconstructed it, it's a green frame kit. Yay. So I think slowly the gas in here is equalizing. You can see because we set this up to a pressure control thing here, it's basically going through and doing all the stuff it should, which is good. Right, so we want to put a furnace in. Let's get rid of all these canisters. So we've got plenty of room to basically do our stuff. Whoa, smash. Now, item kit furnace. Item kit furnace. So I am going to put the furnace here. So this is the furnace which we showed off previously. And we'll be able to have all the pipes and associated stuff with that. You didn't have a fuel mix line, do you, Mason?
That's what I'm building for you right now, actually.
Cool. And we can plop in an exhaust one as well. Item, where are we? I think we had a whole bunch of pipes here anyway. Should probably collect those up. Was this pipe supplies? Yeah, it was, but it's basically all gone. So see our cooler system from last week's working. So at the moment that means the someone's trying to exit me. That's turned on and running, cooling everything down.
Red pipe will be fuel mixed, black pipe is exhaust. I have it coming in through a window area.
Actually, the cooling system, maybe someone had turned that on accidentally, because the cooling system should be waiting because it should be turned off. Because it's overcooling stuff. So we should probably turn it off. It's massively cooling down everything. We're going to turn it all into an ice box, so we'll let that heat up. So we'll have that there, and we can have a input in here. We will do item chute kit, item kit chute, item kit chute. And I guess we could probably have one of these go outside so that people will be able to. So what I might do is actually add a junction to it. Wait, there's the output. Silly Dean. So the input, I think, is here. And and I basically think we can have one come from the side here, and one come from outside, and we can probably make the outside one. So basically that means if people are mining, they'll be able to put stuff in from outside, but I'll make that someone else's job. Turn on my jetpack. This is problematic. We want to improve this a little bit, how we do these. There we go. So that will be accessible outside. Turn off my jetpack. And we'll have like a special little input in here that we can do. Let's go a little bit further over so we can make room. Item kit chute. Item kit chute. And I'm going to put a, so we have a bunch of different options people might remember from last time, but I'm going to put a bin in here, and we'll need to power that, but we'll deal with that in a minute. So if we wanted to put stuff in, we can put it there, and we can also do a bin from outside, which means that people will be able to put stuff into the furnace. And really, we should be sorting stuff before it goes to the furnace, but in fact, that's a really good point. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We can just
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
no. So where are we? Let us plop this onto a conveyor, so we can see what's happening. Yeah, it'd be good to connect up your pipe, Mason.
Yep. You need the fuel line?
Yeah. So we got some toxins in here. We should probably set up a filtration system.
Last time I checked, it was like trace amounts, like
Yeah,
0.0001
and we'll eventually get rid of
mol.
it. Yeah, we've already bugged that up, I think. We need to get some lights in here. Item wall light. So I can take this stuff off. Yep. Oh, I put those in the wrong place too. The windows. Or maybe we had two lots of windows, I can't remember. We can tidy that up later. We have the technology. Item cable coil. Oh, we'll just use that one. So we will probably bring this down through here. So we're using a very generic system for doing a lot of the cables and stuff like that for the moment, with the intention of making it more better later on. We're just using the same standardized system for pretty much everything at the moment. So basically the pipe construction system is the same as the cable, which is the same for all objects, and it just makes things simple for the moment, rather than making it really complicated. And we can look for the best options for stuff later on. New control scheme's really good. Oh yeah, now we can see.
That's no shot. Is that you? Oh, it is.
Does anyone know what this cable is over here? Kind of loath to plug into it. if I don't know what it is. Looking forward to when we get electrical failures. So yeah, the shuttles, I've already done a little bit of work on shuttles, but not enough to put them in the game yet. We kind of put it to a side because when we add stuff, we want to add stuff in a meaningful way, so that there's, you know, there's actually stuff to do when we add stuff. You know, not just adding stuff and then it just sits there getting unused. So, you know, there's a couple of systems that we want to basically improve significantly. One of them being horticulture, so I want to get the horticulture working again. We had it, and get some automation into it as well. So we had some good automation in it, and then we just didn't. Let me know when your pipe system's ready, Mason.
You have the fuel line. I'm going to make a chimney for the exhaust line for now.
Nice. So we're just going to vent the bad stuff out. Is that the idea?
Yeah, for now. I mean, I just don't have enough storage tanks to have a like hot, dangerous gas storage mix.
Item suit storage. It's upside down. World's tiniest hitbox. So I'm gonna plop my helmet. So hold down 1 to plop it in, and hold down 2 to plop that in. Keep my backpack on. I'm a real boy. You from Cinco.
Cinco.
So, I've been watching way too much Tim and Eric. It's not healthy. No one should watch that much Tim and Eric.
Moody shot.
There we go. Oh, that's a good idea. Put some lockers in. We can probably put a light here as well. So we've got enough visible stuff so we can see without having to have all our gear on. And we probably need a light here as well. I've really been enjoying the construction elements in the game. Really starting to come together. And it's going to be a bit unfortunate because we're putting in a lot of work for doing the fabricator and stuff like that. But I think now, you know, from now on the dev streams really are focused on actually playing the game so that people can see how it's starting to come together. You know, we've got 7 people on here and I'm still running 60 frames. More or less. Yeah, this is starting to take shape. So yeah, a good question was asked. What happens when you pump stuff outside the station? To help with processing, we kind of fudge things a little bit in terms of how, you know, the game runs and stuff like that. So the gas gets quite aggressively removed if it's not inside a room. A bug for Scott is Aaron's character's not animating. Can you try waving?
What's the key for that?
1 on numpad. You wave. Try walking. Your jetpack's not on, right?
Shouldn't be. No.
You sort of want to walk, but not
Yeah,
really.
try it with the keys. So, is it working with the... Now?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm using the control to run around.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, we've disabled partial control support in the
Just for recording.
Someone's building a tower. Oh my god.
Sorry for
Right.
freaking you out, man.
Freaking me out, Jerry. So, we've got our furnace here. We're going to have our output.
There's a little demon in the trucker cap.
Demon. So now the output is going to go straight into... Well, we should probably have a conveyor. Yeah, we should probably have a conveyor. So we can see it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to build... Actually, this is wrong. This is all wrong. And I blame Sean.
Oh.
We should use the centrifuge. And that kind of rhymed. Go on, get. Get. So.
The black pipe is now venting into the atmosphere. If you need
Roger.
to.
Where did the black pipe come in? Anyway. Item kit centrifuge. Item kit centrifuge. So, this is the new centrifuge. And it's very cool. So we're going to put it over here. Here's an input and an output. So if it was powered, we'd see it start spinning around. This is the input, and this is the output. And it's powered and stuff like that. So the centrifuge is used to split out reagent mixes where you have some of them that are all together and stuff like that. So now I'm going to deconstruct these. And just to make sure everything's all good, we're going to have stuff that comes in be split out in the centrifuge. Whoa, what did someone do? Did anyone do anything?
Painting pipes.
Did anyone join? I might just quickly save it and reload. Gonna disconnect everyone.
I'll be back.
Can you do laundry in the centrifuge? So someone asked, automatic system for mining. We want to have something, so I quite enjoy in Space Engineers trying to build automated miners. So we definitely want to have something that allows you to build like automated drones and stuff like that. And yeah, you know, I do see role-playing becoming and being a part, but you've got to watch trying to force it. And I think that's where we think that some of the mechanics that you see in the mod Feed the Beast and Enviromine particularly, I think will help a lot with that. So I'm going to have this go along here and get to, whoops, and he's going to plop out here, and then we're going to have a short conveyor. So we need to get the conveyor kit just so that it goes in nicely. Good long conveyor. I won't be able to turn it on and off. Let's just do that. Does someone want to wire that up? Wire up the centrifuge as well. So basically, when you put stuff in here, it will go through and it will plop in there on this, and that will go into the centrifuge, and then it will go out of the centrifuge. And what we could start doing is we could actually have, we could start using the sorter, which I think we will. So I'm going to place a sorter down, and because we want to save on, I guess on size for the moment, we might just have one sorter so that we can basically smelt, you know, one kind of stuff at a time. So where are we? Let's do that there. And this will allow us to basically output stuff that we want. And let's put a conveyor there. So that will go into the sorter, and we're going to program the sorter with a computer and have it do the stuff that we want. And where are we? Is it too dark in there?
Yeah. It's okay, I can just get flash.
So that's going to sort out the stuff that we want. We can probably just have this as a big pile, or actually we could just pass stuff into the centrifuge and have it go around, but I think for the moment we'll just let rejected stuff just fall out on the floor, because we can go around and pick it up. You know, there's no point in us stacking it. So we'll build a conveyor here, and then we'll chuck it on a stacker, which will make the stack size big enough. I think, is that input? No, it's the wrong way around. I really need to redo it so that you can now see the new stuff. So we have one square there. Turn the corner. Let's make sure this is orientated correctly. The box for that is tiny. And so that stacker, I'm going to configure it before I forget. What it will do with changing the setting is to say the stack size that we want. So I'm just going to set it really high, which will set it to the maximum stack size. We can configure that later on. So basically all the rejected stuff is going to go through here. We're going to link the stacker up to a computer. I might actually do that before I forget. Item kit computer. And this will be plugged into the stacker, which will allow us to basically configure the stack size. And I reckon if we throw it there so that it's really close in here. And that computer, once these guys get this all linked together, I might actually put this on its own network so that, oh no, it should be fine. I'm going to help them wire a bit here. We really should put this on its own power network as well. So now what we will do, so at the moment I need to make a better way of doing this, but probably one of the better ways is to actually pick up the stuff and move it. So what we will do is we will have an inlet, and the inlet will collect the stuff up and magic it for us. I really want to plop it underground though. I wonder if I open this up there may be a loss of gas. Yes, there is. Mistakes were made. That would be ideal, because basically this will grab the item. I'm just going to test it out by plopping something in it. Let's try this. Yep, so it gets picked up, grabbed, and thrown out. And I'm going to plop this, because we really need to be able to walk around. I think later on we will maybe it was a bad idea to put that there, to be honest. So a lot of stationeers is regretting the decisions you made. Regretsy. So I actually think for now we probably want to just send it along. Like this, which gives us a little bit more space to deal with stuff. And probably what I'll do, I've got an idea, we'll do an inlet like this. So line it up. With the conveyor like that. And have it go up. And give it enough room so that basically we can walk under it without having to go over the conveyor. So it's a little bit of a crazy system to have, but it's good enough for the big jobs. Probably going to need to shift that. Honestly, this kind of feels like overkill. Yeah, it feels like overkill. I'm going to get rid of it. Hold on, whoever's doing that. I'm actually going to get rid of this. We'll have to send the cable all the way around. I just think it's just kind of, it's just unnecessary for what we're doing anyway. I'm gonna rip this up for the moment. And what we'll do here is we will put in a fabricator, and that means that basically we'll be able to stack stuff up and plop it into the fabricator. So, oh no, actually, yeah. So we need to smelt stuff first. That's a very good point. So actually, what we should do is we actually don't even need this here. Oh my god, I'm getting so confused. I'm so confused. So we need to plop this stuff into one of the little things that we had. Whoops. Into an outlet. Oh, into an inlet. Whoa, someone mashed a key that they shouldn't have. Someone is smashing a key badly. Can everyone disconnect? Oh, I've saved the world anyway. Someone, oh, actually no, it might not have been that. It could have been, basically, that's a bug for Joel. The atmospheric manager shouldn't be allowed to spam stop start. So the atmospheric manager detected a problem, and then it tried to reset itself. So someone placed a gas sensor somewhere.
Not me.
Look around for a gas sensor. Whoa, there's lots of people in here. They all look the same. So, let's do, where was our furnace kit? I think we had a furnace kit in here. Yep. Let's plop the furnace kit. Why can't we do there? I guess it's lining up. So, it's kind of going to be in the way, but yeah. So plop that there, turn this around, and inlet goes in the top. And we need to get more chute kits. So we need to redo a lot of our mass values, so everything we just leave at default at the moment. Damn it. Just for simplicity, but it means that like there's a tiny item on the floor that basically is too big for me. So this is going to input whatever gets stacked into the furnace, which is great. It's exactly what we want. And so, you know, we could have set up, kind of like in Space Station 13, we could actually have a setup where you have a conveyor and it's stopped and the items are on the conveyor, and basically you know, you can choose whether you want to review the stuff to go through and all that kind of stuff. So that would be pretty cool. So now what we're going to do is, once it's smelted, we're going to plop it. So the centrifuge is just to ensure if we do have any junk and we want to put stuff through, we can, you know, we'll be able to. And what we're going to do now is we're going to plop it onto a conveyor. Just a teeny one. Item kit fabricator. Actually, it's probably in the wrong spot. So let's place the fabricator first, because it's huge. Place it here in the middle of the room, and it's, in case we want to manually add stuff later on, we'll give ourselves a little bit of room there. And that means that now with the chute kit, I find one. Item kit chute. So now with the chute kit that goes in, we'll be able to plop it onto that little conveyor. I really should have made it up the other way, but that's fine. So, where are we? One more along. And then this is going to be an outlet. I think that should line up perfectly. So it should plop down, bloop, and go in there. Just able to get through there. That's kind of annoying. We could have just actually had this up higher and have it plop down on the thing. And if anyone's round, if you could wire this stuff up, that would be awesome. And the exhaust is the black pipe, which is...
It's grey now. It's grey now, sorry.
It's grey. The grey pipe is... Oh, who's that? That's Aaron.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
It's the one next to the red pipe. It might... Part of it might be yellow at the current point in time.
Oh, those labels are awesome. Emergency vent is a smart idea. We probably need a light because, oh yeah, someone's put a dynamic light in, which is good. Need to shift it. Oops. Pop this in here so we can see what's going on. Hi, Dino. I think Dino's doing the wiring, so I think this is all wired up. Let's just see if it turns on. No, not yet. Same with that. Got my little uniform on. So we probably boxed ourselves in a little bit in here. We could have made it. We could have made it better. So I'm having trouble finding that pipe, Mason.
Yep, it's sorry.
It's sorry? The pipe is sorry.
Items.
I'm just trying to read one of the questions.
There you go.
Yeah, so people say I'd rather just link everything together with chutes. I'm still toying with that idea. We discussed it as well. When we made the chute system, we were like, oh, is the chute system better than the conveyors and stuff like that. So honestly, it's an open question in the game. It's not one, okay, cool. There's the grey pipe. Is that you, Mason? Oh,
yep.
Cute. Let's try this. Oh, centrifuge is on. Let's turn the conveyor on. Let's turn this conveyor on. Let's turn that on. Fabricator's on. We'll need a fabricator control computer. Let's turn this on. It'll flash and say error. Sorter motherboard. Sorter motherboard. Motherboard sorter. Whatever. So, we got our sorter in here. We're going to rename this to ore sorter to smelter. Or we'll say smelter sorter. So anything we approve to go through is going to go into the sorter, into the smelter. So what we will do for the moment is we will do any type of ore that comes through that will get sent through to the sorter. If someone wants to start piping up the furnace, that would be awesome. I'll get the fabricator all set up.
Sure. On it.
On it. And item kit computer. We can probably turn that off. It's daylight now. We'll use our battery. Oh, it's actually kind of dark still.
If I'm in the way, scream at me.
So we want to have enough room here. Let's put this computer maybe here. No, it's gonna be. We've really boxed ourselves in a bit. Let's put the computer here. Hopefully that computer's not too big. Item kit conveyor. we need to wire, if anyone's wiring, there's the computer and the fabricator's easy for me to wire up. What the hell is that? Someone's head poking through. Someone hit a stack, I think they're onto it. Yep, there we go. Manufacturing motherboard. Motherboard manufacturing. Motherboard manufacture. Meatloaf. Hello.
Hello.
So this is a fabricator, so we can stop and start it. And this is brand new. This is never seen before. What this handle does will eject whatever stuff has gone inside it. The cool thing is going to be once we've got this process working, we should turn. Oh, yep, this is turned on, so it'll do maximal stackage. It's going to sort through ore. It's all very, very good. Actually, we probably don't need. We probably don't need the stacker, but yeah, whatever. So what we probably need is the stacker here. We've got to figure to basically join up the stacks. So let's say we create a job. We can go in here and we can create a job for. I've only put in a few recipes for at the moment. We have to define the recipes. You'll notice from the last stream we're actually adding pictures now, and you can see that in here with the sorter control also. You can see if I can scroll down, I actually get the little pictures in here, which makes it a lot more simple, and stuff like that, so you can see stuff. So you know the game is really starting to take a lot of shape. You know, we've got a lot of complexity going on in here. I'm actually going to save the game regularly. Yeah. So you know, you can see. This is, oh dear, everything's getting very cold in here. For some reason, our atmospheric system is getting carried away. There's some bug with it. Scott, are you fiddling with the thing?
I'm just looking at it.
Alright, yeah. It, no, that's good. It was just stuck on. It might have been some kind of initialization save load thing, but yeah, it was getting pretty cold in here, 8 degrees. So, I think everything's all wired up. Now we're just waiting for the. We're going to need pressure regulators going in there, Mason, too.
Okay.
Going in and a back pressure regulator going out. So basically.
Okay.
We can maintain a standardized pressure inside the furnace. So the furnace will smelt things, they'll plop out here, they'll go into the fabricator, and yeah, we'll be able to build stuff. So I'm going to select, you know, let's just do frame kits, whoops, here, and go play. So now it will try and make these, but it doesn't have enough steel. So it needs 3 steel ingot. To be able to put stuff into this machine, it has to have ingots. So it needs 3 lots of steel in order to make one of these frame kits. Now, we can increase the number of frame kits that we want to make. So, you know, we can just set this as high as we want. I think it's the maximum number of frame kits. I think that this lets you go up to like thousands if you want to. And then basically what we really should do is, while they're doing that, we will actually remove the stacker, because we don't care about the stacking here. Oh. Oh dear. Just eject, please. So we put the wrong thing into the furnace there. Oh, and that went in there. It's pretty funny. Lol. So that's how accidents happen in this game. Let's be honest here. So what we are going to do is we could actually probably make it easier. And let's rip up these. Whoops.
I'm gonna blow my load. No supply for the internet.
If you minimize the stream, do you get more frames?
someone picked up the wire. Oh yeah, they were wiring it all up. Nice. So this will now pick up the stuff, because we don't need to stack it, because it's just going to go straight into this anyway. But what we do want to do is we want to stack when it comes out, and just spit out. Which way round? And put on the right here. So someone will plug that in, and basically we'll just set it so that as it plops out, it will make the biggest stack it can, and it'll just go bloop, and it'll plop out there. I think it looks like. So are you pressure or should I put pressure regulators here?
Yeah, you can put the regulators wherever you want.
Roger. Item kit regulator. Item kit pipe regulator. I can't remember what it's called.
It's item kit regulator. It's on the ground right there in front of you. Or I dropped some on the ground.
Roger. So we'll put these in the back here. So I think you'll spend a lot of time in the game just getting things set up. It's kind of like if you've ever played Space Station 13. The challenge, imagine how long it would take you to make that level. And that's really what we wanted to achieve. So this bottom one is, the top one's the exhaust, right?
Top one's exhaust. Bottom's input. Probably.
Just remember, guys, we hear absolutely every word. That array microphone's crazy.
Sure, we weren't talking naughty.
I know.
Why are you telling me off? Live
God.
on the internet for everyone
Live.
to see. Live, reporting from the scene.
Live reporting from the scene.
Dean Hall Stationeers.
That's right.
New Zealand made.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, if someone, I'm feeling really lazy now. If someone wants to wire up the pressure regulators, that would be awesome.
I have to go outside to check something.
Oh my god, no. If someone wants to go mining, they can start mining. We see here we should really have a sorter as well that pulls off slag. So once basically you've got stuff in here that's too much, you get slag and stuff like that. But if yeah, we should be able to get it working. Okay, so it looks like we've got gas in here a little bit. I don't know how. We've got 1 kPa. Weird. Maybe there was a little bit of gas in the pipes.
What you talking about? Oh, wait, where's all the fuel? There should have been a lot of fuel in that pipe, and it's all out of the pipe now.
Wow, it's a huge network.
2 gas canisters were emptied into that red pipe, and it's all gone.
It might be in this pipe here, maybe? I don't know.
Okay, just be careful. There might be like flammable, highly pressurized gas in some unknown pocket.
Item cable coil.
I'll put in new gas canisters though.
Cool. So if we were smart, we would build a whole bunch of safety systems using the logic computer that would prevent us from having serious.
Yeah, I wanted to put a ghetto airlock in between that room and the other room so that people didn't leave the door open, but it's a lot of work.
We could always attach a logic computer to a gas sensor and that door and have it
And just force close if it's too hot.
if the temperature gets hot. Okay,
But
so
what happens if the fire destroys the computer before it shuts the door?
Well, I don't think it will. It would destroy the sensor. You could have it if this. I don't think we have a thing for that yet. Right. So we've got 12 kPa inside.
Yeah, I'm making the new gas canisters now.
Might put a pipe analyzer. I think we had one of those around. Pipe analyzer. Someone's been doing good organizations. Aww.
You should have a fresh batch of fuel in that line now.
Cool.
Confirming. Yeah. It's not like venting, is it?
That'd be pretty funny. So today's lesson is have more space for stuff.
That was yesterday's lesson also.
Yesterday or last week's? Or do we only
Last
wake you
week's.
up for things? So you can see here, there's 25% oxygen, 75% propane, and it's slowly building up pressure. We want it to build up pressure to at least 50 kilopascals. I think that's what the furnace requires, a certain pressure to be able to run. So you see here it's saying pressure too low to operate. Yeah. We've got a centrifuge running. So stuff will go in the centrifuge, get pooped out here. It'll get sorted through here if it is... Oh, something happened to our sorter. Sorter's not connected. Why is the sorter not connected? Oh, this might be that network issue thing. I'm just going to remove that and place it down. We've got a bug, a network related bug. Oh, that's why. Duh. What? I just spawned a light sword. Does this still have sounds? Yeah.
That sound hurts. Yeah.
It needs a...
It's like the old school airlock.
I don't know why, but the light sword wouldn't turn on. Okay, so set the gas canister. We don't want to set it to that. Jeez, that's tiny. I need to change that. It's so hard to read. Right. Okay, so we're good. And now we need people to go out and mine.
I'm gonna film it.
If people go out and mine, I will set up a chute bin somewhere
You want mine?
outside.
And I'll film you.
I like to film.
I like to watch.
to watch.
We can also... no. Someone took my suit as well. Liberties. Item space helmet. Item EVA suit. So hold down number 2 to plop it in. And I'm going to open my thing because I'm dying. And somewhere we had batteries charging. I saw them. Over here? Yeah. I really wanted a large battery, but... item gas canister oxygen. So a good question was asked, what's the gameplay loop after you set up all these machines? And that's where we think the away missions come in. So the idea of the away missions is you do a lot of the setup and you get everything all good to go, and then you basically go off and do these cool missions and all that kind of stuff. Basically very similar to Space Station 13. And then you build your you build a shuttle and you make a better shuttle, and the shuttles kind of build out of pieces like Kerbal Space Program. So you go through that whole thing. So now I need wasting. Item gas canister empty. Item gas canister empty. So you won't be magically spawning all this stuff, which is what I'm doing now. You'll be doing it properly.
Which also means you'll have to store the stuff and, make sure it's secured and people aren't using, expensive resources too often. Things like that.
Yeah. Oh, crap. We're out of gas. Airlock's not working at the moment if anyone's in it. We're out of gas.
Is the airlock on its own closed system?
Yeah, it is. Item gas canister air. I think we're out of air anyway in our blue network.
I can throw in new
Dynamic
tanks.
gas canister air. Yeah, we cooled it all down, so it didn't help. Every time I think there's a bug, there's not a bug. So yeah, this is the map we've been building for quite a while now, and it's starting to get more and more detailed. People out here mining. What we are going to do is we are going to go up onto the roof, and we are going to start building our kit chute here. Did I even have propellant? Oh yeah, still had it from before. I'm nearly out though. Item steel frames. That person who suggested that the steel frames be used twice is a good idea. Getting some good footage, Aaron.
Oh, hell yeah.
It looks so pretty.
Item steel sheets.
That's probably the best shot thus far.
The map's quite small, and also the map is not new, so it doesn't take into account the changes that the guys have made with the new spawning mechanics and stuff like that.
I'm refilling the blue network. It was emptied.
Roger. Item kit stairs. We can also probably connect that up to the airlock system. Item kit stairs. Item kit stair. Let's put this up here just so that we don't have to burn lots of fuel.
LB messaged me.
So yeah, ignore the Z fighting on the windows.
I see you too, LB.
So what I actually want to do, I think, is let's do this and run it along the roof.
Oh, this is good, Dean.
Oh no.
Oh, actually.
Oh no. So yeah, that Z fighting will be fixed. Item kit chute.
I fell off the edge of the earth. And ran out of gas. It was just falling.
It's going to be really good to get sound in the game. Oh.
Great. That was a great shot. I'm happy with that.
Just happy with accidents.
Item gas canister nitrogen. Someone's got a road flare.
Sorry. Oh wow.
Item kit chute. So if anyone's got any ore they want to add, I've put an inlet out the back of basically where the mining thing is. You should just be able to basically throw stuff in there. Oh dear. I was going through the system and it's probably fired inside that wall. I need to make some more variants of junctions so you don't have to do this. So if you'll throw your ore inside that, basically you just need to throw it on top of that and it will start whizzing through into the system. I'm going to try that for myself. I don't think uranium doesn't get mined into anything.
Yeah, it's pooping out inside.
Is there much there?
I don't know.
Ah. Oh, I forgot to do the coals image. I might as well go inside now. Really, you want to have a mining belt and thing.
Can you hop up on the roof and shine your flashlight? Oh, okay.
So, we've been pooping out, but it hasn't gone inside. Why is that? Let's just check and see what's in here. We got uranium ore. We don't want uranium ore in there. Oh. That was bad. Oh, goodness. Okay.
What's happening?
No, I don't know. So, have we got gold ore? Yep. So now we turn it on. Whoa, it's getting hot in here. We probably need to cool down the smelter a little bit. Yeah, it's going to get pretty hot in here. I'm gonna you can put a suit on.
Make sure to close the door to the other room
Yep.
so you don't burn all the machines.
Well, no, I think the cooling system's going to turn on and deal with it. I think we're dealing with it. It's just the airflow's problematic. Oh, freaking coal ore is like.
The The output gas is almost 900 degrees.
Yeah.
Pretty low pressure though. And it's clean burning pretty well. The output gas only is like 1 oxygen, 5 propane. The rest of it's polluted.
I can't get through this damn door. Here we go. Let's close this. Okay, so we've got gold. We've got gold in here. It looks like we've stopped burning. So gold should plop out, and
That may be beyond my abilities.
go away, Suri. She thinks I said go to pop out. What?
Now play meatloaf.
I thought that was you guys going around. Oh dear, I see someone's brain. That's bad. We should burn that. Oh, it's
This trailer just got
it's-
real dark.
it's Will's.
No comment.
How do you even get the brain out of your body without exploding?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna put it in the corner.
Respect the dead.
I don't even know how that's possible.
The freaking little brain is like, got the mind of this up wall. Yeah, it's really ironic.
Mason. I don't know whether we. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, it's warm in here again.
It's getting warm in here.
So I'm gonna smelt some. I'm gonna smelt some Kiefer Sutherland. So we're gonna have to kind of do this. So we'll chuck that through, go through, and it should start getting smelted into. I think I think we're not clean burning super well, or I'm not putting enough in. I think I need to force more in.
Put that brain in.
Oh,
Oh, where's it going?
let's
We're
try.
barely using any gas.
Yeah, it's because I'm not. I haven't quite got the setup exactly right in here. But we need more iron ore. How much iron do we have in there? So we need. I'm just gonna magic some in. Item or iron. Item or iron. Item iron ore.
There's some coming through the system now.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Oh, can someone wire up this bin? Because we can use that to put it, to try and put it inside. So that. Okay.
Conveyor belts are always-
What I'm gonna do is we've already got. So I'm gonna put that out. And that should give us not hot enough to smelt. Wait for it to pressurize. I think we need to increase the pressure in here. This should probably be almost a volume pump. Let's do that. Yeah, so I probably need to volume pump through, or actually probably have this higher here. We're probably starting to take a lot more fuel through.
Not by the looks of it. We're losing like a kPa every 10 seconds. And it's a pretty big pipe network.
Yeah, I should have used a volume pump.
Instead of a regulator.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I mean, I have
a
to
regulator
stagger
followed
stuff.
by a volume
Yeah.
pump, yeah.
The iron, yeah, see, so this is the problem. So we've got that much iron. I'm going to try and grab it before it gets eaten up. Come here. Yep. And we're going to try and split its stack out. So this is where, so we got our iron. Now we need coal. So how much is that? Let's do our stacker. Oh. So we'll set our stacker size to, we probably need more iron. We could set our stacker size to 300. We've got some iron here. Item iron ore. Oh no, we've got coal ore here. Why is this stopped? Oh, because there's a brain in there. No, there's a muffin. Do we have anything inside? Did anything fall out? No, we've got gold in there, that's alright. Get myself mighty confused here. Alright, we've got some iron ore coming in. So the iron ore is getting plopped over here and it should go in here. So this should allow us to smelt it because we need to have our mix right. So really this design setup's bad. We should have stackers. So we should have a sorter that's pulling out only iron ore and then stacking it, and then another sorter, and then we should actually turn those, turn some of this stuff off until it has the exact 2 sets of stacks, and then add it to it. So basically, the whole idea of it is that you can make sort of stuff that's automated together. I'm actually going to turn that off for the moment because we don't want anything more to go in there. Let's just plop that. Oh gosh. Oh, this is not good. Oh no, give me that. No. No. Oh. Yeah, okay. I didn't want to do that. We're going to have to smelt this again. So when we want to poop this out, we poop it out and you all can see what happens. So it just poops out slag. So this is a whole bunch of generic shit. So we're going to throw that in there and I'll start. Oh, Dean did a whoopsie. What Dean needs to do is, so we need to pass this through the centrifuge now to clean it up. So see how the centrifuge is splitting it out into, no, don't. Into iron. So we're going to get all the iron we can smelted. Oh no. Oh no.
Am I doing something?
Say again?
It's not me fucking this up, right? Sorry.
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, I'm dying. Wait.
Use your heal pill.
Whoa, your lungs are gone.
Okay.
Just like real life.
Yeah, so what we really need to do is have a volume pump. Remember we had in a previous stream we had like a logic computer that was controlling it, and that's pretty important. Like we're just not doing that now. Someone who's around is Dinah or Mister. We could set up an air conditioner in this room, maybe in the ceiling somewhere, and start cooling this room down would be good. We probably don't even need to link it to a computer. So let's plop this out. We'll grab it and we'll chuck this through the stacker. So the stacker at the moment is kind of magical. It will also allow us to stack this stuff. So, we've got stuff in there. Now we're going to do this, and it should... Oh, we need to eject what was in there. Oh, yep. So now we have a 300 ingot bar, which is good. So we want that. So now we want to smelt some carbon so we can make steel. Let's just get rid of our extra bit. So, we had a whole bunch of coal. let's chuck this in here. So yeah, we don't have the smelter really up ideally yet. Oh, the blue mask icon means I'm on internals. Just because it's really hot outside, I'm trying to not have it. So we want to see how much iron. I can't remember how much you get from a stack out. I think it's 300. So yeah, we really need to do what we did last time and have a regulator in there. So it should be smelting all that. We've just got this set up not very well. We might be out of stuff on the red line, are we? Oh, I'm running out of oxygen. That's why. Item gas canister oxygen. Item heal pill. So at the moment we haven't done much on the medical system, so I do that and it fixes my organs. I also think I'm having a hard time my suit cooling down.
Red line should not be empty.
Cool. So we've got 300 iron ore. Now I'm going to get our coal. Where is that coal gone? Oh, it's all rolled over here. So now let's see how our coal goes. So it should slowly smelt it, and basically we want a 3 units of iron to 1 unit of carbon, and we'll be able to make steel. No, so the temperature is much better now. So what's that doing here? You can just go over there. So so there, so we've got 50 units of carbon. We're going to throw this in. And so you can see really I shouldn't have set up all this automated thing, because early on in the game we're going to want to basically manually sort of do it. We should have invested our time into making sure that the furnace, you know, I should have built a logic computer for that. So I think this should be good enough to make a steel block. It did. So it made 400 grams of steel. We can pull that out there. And we can throw that in there and the machine will grab it. And unfortunately I did that, which was stupid. So
but also if the furnace was in an area and it was all just set up to work by itself, it might be okay for the room to be hot if, you know, no one's meant to be in there.
yeah, definitely. So now we are making a steel frame kit. So we should be able to make stacks of them. So we'll start making it and start counting down. So you can see we haven't done any shader magic in there, but basically that's where it places the thing. And it will come out here and it will go in here and it'll start trying to stack. And we've got it set to 300, but it'll really just stack to its biggest size. So oh, my battery's running low. Might just close that door. Okay. What I might do is I might actually. I think that's all right. It's a network watch chunk. I think that's okay. If anyone notices any weird stuff, let me know. I'm just going to power down the smelter for the moment because we've smelted like a lot of steel. So it's counting away and it'll be slowly stacking it up and getting it good to go. So yeah, I've covered off on most of the things that I wanted to for the stream. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to let me know. Item heal pill. I'm getting damaged at the moment, I think by the temperature. Item heal pill. Item heal pill. hot in here. Oh, yep, so they're setting up. I think you'll need volume pumps. Yeah, you'll need volume pumps on the input and output, because otherwise it's just too slow. That's what I found. The transfer between the passive vents is just too slow. Yeah, their brain's terrifying. Damn, it's hot in here. I had this problem last time. I need to look at the air conditioner. Bugs, bugs, bugs. Will there be beds in the game? Yes. So, sleep at the same time. So we haven't done any kind of time-lapse system yet. I'm not sure whether we'll look at that. But we already have sleepers and the body scanners, both the things. So sleepers are what you go into to stop your body degrading. If you just log out normally, your character will still be getting hungry and needing water and still die from oxygen. If you're in a sleeper, it means you're in an atmospheric managed protected environment. But we haven't configured those yet, but the models are done. Donuts are actually a good idea. So I think donuts will be something that we can add to the microwave system. So at the moment you can make muffins, but I think donuts will be a good next step. And J-Rod's proposing vanilla cake. Steel production is fairly elaborate. How do you picture early game? We had a atmospheric. Whoopsie. I'm going to save it. Yeah. I managed to save it though. So yeah, steel production fairly elaborate. I think we're going to have composite frames, so a form of frames that are very lightweight that you produce from composite materials, or maybe even just iron or something like that. And that's a very basic kind of item to start out with before anything too much more elaborate. Yeah, so in terms of maximum players, we haven't really got a confirmation on that yet. We're hoping
Unable to join.
You're able to or unable?
Unable.
Oh, weird. There are people joining. It said
Okay.
you tried to join, and it said exited. Someone's in game, one of the externals, so maybe just try again.
You want anything
Okay.
from Hells?
Say again?
You want anything from Hells?
No, I'm gonna get some food after this. I'm starving. So yeah, taking questions. Will there be service? So there's already a dedicated server. At the moment it does require a Windows install, but we are actively working on doing a Linux install as well for the server. If the game, I think the game is going to remain a fairly niche game. That's just the way it is. So I think this appears to be, this logic computer doesn't seem to be doing what I think it should be doing. Oh, that was all that. Someone joining, I think, might have had a problem.
Yeah, can't get in.
I think there was just too many people joining at once.
I'll try.
But we're almost done. It's been like
Okay,
2 hours.
never
It's
mind.
quite a long stream. Yeah, so someone said performance seems to be great even with all the clutter added to the base. I think there's like 20,000 things in the game at the moment, because you got to remember for a long time so far in this game that we've been playing this station, my trash method has just been to throw stuff completely out. So yeah, performance is pretty good. You see there's still quite a few bugs. Most of the bugs are solved by just saving and reloading, which has kind of been something that we wanted during our pre-alpha, that basically we were okay with some bugs happening as long as you could always save and reload. You see the atmosphere is working really good, so you can see basically the atmosphere is getting sent here, because this thing here is sucking the air out and blowing it out here colder. which is helping to reduce the quite high temperature that we had in here. And before we log out, I'm going to get a new battery. Oh, this is a large one too, which was really good. So, you know, and we had international people in the game here. So some of the people we gave the early testing accounts to, like Mr. X. So, you know, a lot of these people are from Europe and stuff like that. So, in the States, and they're able to play, and even though the server is located here in New Zealand. So, that's been a big focus for us as well. So yeah, someone said, could we sleep and produce resources? Absolutely. So it's kind of being designed around setting up a server and just leaving the server going constantly. However, with the 2D prototype that we run, we did see a lot of hilarious bugs happen, like our, we were using super cold nitrogen in the cryo tubes, and one of those pipes burst and it killed everyone on the station, stuff like that. So currently, another question was, what forms of power generation are currently in the game and any more in development? So at the moment, you can generate power from solars. You can generate power magically from a RTG, but that will get removed, the RTG. And you can generate power from portable generators. So if I do dynamic generator. So this is a dynamic generator, and you can actually connect these to the PowerWerkz as well. Now if I try and turn it on, it's not turning on. I'm just going to turn my helmet off. But there's a fuel port here. So if I do dynamic gas canister fuel. Dynamic gas canister fuel. Oh. I didn't want a dynamic gas canister. Item gas canister fuel. So I won't have this on for too much because it actually produces some toxins and stuff like that. Oh. Oh, something happened. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah. Bad things happened with that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think that might still be bugged. No, nothing too bad, but potentially bad. So I'm gonna put that outside. But basically, I could charge up a battery and stuff like that. I don't know
This is why I want access control to keep you out of my atmospherics room.
We're just gonna put this outside. I think it might have ignited everything in the canister. So we need to do some work. But yeah, you can use the portable generator. Oh god. So you can see the heat haze from it's outputting some hot heat.
Okay, I hadn't seen that effect yet. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, eh? Yeah, so you can see the heat haze. We wanted that so you could tell where hot gas is. Yeah, it was 20,000 kilopascals. Where are we? When we have walls over to possible to paint different aspects like arrows or lines, not really sure. We'll probably more have it that you can place decals on and stuff like that, rather than maybe painting specific arrows or placing down different kinds of stuff. So we'll have like posters. You can already place pipe labels. You'll see Timber had placed a few pipe labels on stuff. Oh god, there's fire inside. Oh god, I'm not going to save it.
God damn it, not again.
I'm not going to save it. I'm not going to save it, but I am going to go inside and enjoy the... We really need to... Next stream, we're going to make a... just see someone running around on fire.
Pull the emergency vent.
So yeah, it got up to 200 degrees and we got a lot of auto ignition going on. Will's brain's just flying around. I'm not going to save this. In fact, I'm just going to... I'm just going to kill it. But someone got a fire extinguisher out. I don't know whether the fire extinguisher even works.
Looks like it's just putting in more fire.
What we could probably do to see if is just emergency vent everything.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh shit. And my suit's like ruined. I'm dying. And I don't have any thing. there's just
Turn your jetpack on.
I can't because I'm out of stuff.
Oh.
Item gas canister nitrogen. Can someone heal me? Item gas canister oxygen. Oh god, I'm dying.
That guy just takes his suit off. He just dropped his whole suit.
Okay, we're good. Item heal pill.
There's a valve on the blue pipe on the outside of the station. You should turn off so it stops pumping oxygen in.
Okay. On the blue pump. Oh, I see a bunch of valves. I'm just going to turn them all off.
There's one manual valve that
Okay.
goes up.
Saint.
Oh, yeah, on the blue pipe.
Yeah. So we should probably just keep venting the whole station. And it was only because those were turned on that we're getting a little bit out. I'm going to open this door. Oh god. Stuff's going to start flying through.
If the furnace is on, do not turn on the emergency vent, because that just exposes the station to the same vent line that the furnace output goes onto.
Well, I think my waste tank's full. Yeah, my waste tank's really full. Item gas canister empty. Oh, the furnace is turned off. Well, that was eventful. And we promised people that I was going to set things on fire, so...
Yeah, but you're not screaming fire and running through the hallways.
Man, the hours it took to configure all those panels. They all just burned. Oh, the airlock wouldn't work either.
No,
Oh,
they
that
are
airlock works.
working. Oh, I don't know whether
Might
they're
just
actually...
be because that was a slave. I think the real one probably still is fine.
Oh god, yeah, they're all... Should I save this?
No.
I'm just worried it might have backed up. But anyway, it was hilarious.
I mean, once we can do real firefighting,
Yeah.
that'll be cool.
I'm just going to read the chat. Cool. So thank you everyone for joining the stream and watching me set everything on fire all over again. We really should have paid attention to that. The temperature was up to 100 degrees. We probably should have paid attention to that. It was a mistake. I've got 2 brains now. That's really creepy. Masons? Oh, you may have burned to death. Thanks everybody. Goodbye.